Hey guys, Scott here with Homeport Residential, and today I'm here to tell you about my experience selling my home to OpenDoor. In this video, I'm going to go over all the details of working with OpenDoor from my very first online home estimate through the close of escrow. And I'm also going to go over OpenDoor's fee structure and how much I made selling the home to OpenDoor versus selling the home the traditional way, listing it for sale on the multiple listing service, or what's known as the MLS. Now, the first question many of you might ask is why would a real estate broker sell their home to OpenDoor instead of selling it themselves or with another real estate agent? That's a great question, and at the time I was recovering from having serious back surgery and I lived 2 hours away from the home. Additionally, the home was going to need a fair amount of deep cleaning and maintenance to get it ready for sale, and I really needed to focus on my recovery, so I decided to give OpenDoor a try. I started the process late one evening by simply going to opendoor.com, creating an account, and entering my home's address and some very basic details about my home, like number of bedrooms, baths, square footage, etc. Once I submitted all the required information, I received an email from OpenDoor informing me they had received my initial home sale inquiry and they would get back to me within 24 hours with an initial offer estimate. The very next morning, I had an email from OpenDoor letting me know my initial offer was ready, and I was pleasantly surprised to see an initial offer range from $335,000 to $365,000. Based on the market analysis I did on recent comparable home sales in my neighborhood, I was only expecting to sell my home in its current condition, and it did need both repairs and maintenance, for anywhere between $305,000 to $325,000. So at this point, OpenDoor's estimate was looking extremely competitive to me, and I decided to move forward with the process. The next step was to schedule a 2-hour home inspection with an OpenDoor inspector, and I did that through my OpenDoor concierge team member who was assigned to me and my home sale from the very beginning of the process through the close of escrow. I do want to take a moment and say that my OpenDoor team member did an amazing job throughout the entire sale. She was very responsive and addressed all of my questions and concerns in a timely manner. Within a day or two after my home inspection was complete, I received my final offer amount as well as my home assessment report from the home inspection. OpenDoor's final offer amount was for $364,100, which was only $900 less than the top of their initial offer range. Along with their offer, all the seller charges were clearly listed on my seller dashboard. This all looked great to me, so I decided to move forward with OpenDoor, sign the purchase contract, and everything went smoothly and on schedule until my home sale was complete. So let's take a few minutes, break down these numbers, and compare them to how I would have done had I sold the home on the MLS myself or with another realtor. Let's start with the 3 best comparable home sales in my neighborhood. These 3 homes all sold within 60 days of my home sale and are located within a quarter mile of my house. You will notice they are all 4-bedroom homes compared to my 3 bedrooms, and they all are at least 350 square feet larger than my home. Ideally, I would prefer to use 3-bedroom homes that are closer in square footage to my house for comparable home sales. However, there weren't any 3-bedroom home sales in my neighborhood within the last 6 months of listing my home, so I had to settle for these comps. I will also mention that based on the listing photo for these homes, they were all in significantly better shape than my home was when it sold. You will notice that all of these homes sold for at least $12,600 less than my home sale to OpenDoor. Finally, based on the size and condition of these comparable sales to my home, my best estimate for how much my home would have sold for by fixing it up and listing it on the MLS is around $330,000 to $335,000. Now, the $9,494 repair fee I paid OpenDoor is on the high side. However, this home really needed some work, and based on the condition of my home when I sold it, I expect that I would have had to put close to $10,000 into fixing the home and getting it ready for sale. So for me, this repair credit worked out to about breaking even since I didn't have to put a penny into the home before selling it to OpenDoor. Next, there is the 5% service fee that is charged by OpenDoor for their home purchase program. This fee is similar to paying a realtor commission to list your home. Now, I'm not going to discuss how much of a commission you might pay a realtor to list your home because all real estate commissions are negotiable and there's no such thing as a standard commission amount. Finally, there is the remainder of the closing cost for title, escrow, and other miscellaneous fees that worked out to around $2,600. This amount was about what I would have expected to pay for title, escrow, and other fees for a standard home sale at my sale price. So based on my market analysis, some back of the envelope math, and how much I made on my home sale through OpenDoor, I estimate that I would have made around $18,000 less had I hired a realtor to sell my home for me, and around $10,000 less had I sold my home myself as a licensed real estate broker. Now that we know I was able to make more money selling my home through OpenDoor than a traditional home sale, it's logical to ask, were there any downsides throughout the process? And in my case, I can honestly say no. Most importantly, the purchase amount offered, the service charge, repair fees, and closing costs never changed. There were no hidden fees, and I ended up netting the exact amount listed on my OpenDoor dashboard when I received my initial offer. The OpenDoor team was extremely responsive and professional throughout the entire process, and there were zero surprises or delays along the way. Additionally, OpenDoor used the standardized purchase contract adopted by the California Association of Realtors, which offers substantial protection for both home buyers and sellers, unlike some other iBuyer companies or new home builders who use their own contracts, which are written solely with their own best interest in mind. Overall, I have to say that OpenDoor exceeded my expectations throughout every part of my home sale, and I made more money as well, so that was a win-win in